What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everybody who support the platform, man. Much love. Much love, man. I appreciate all the love and the support. Tuned in right now, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button on the way into the building. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in. After you hit the like button, make sure you hit the share button. Share the show. Share it on your community tab, your Discord server, anywhere that you share videos. Make sure you share the show. Those are the first two ways you support this show. The first way you support the show is by hitting the like button. After that is by hitting the share button. If you're new here, if this is your first time listening, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so you're notified every time I drop some new content. After that, make sure you financially support the show by going to CashApp $SHEEPSTAYSLEEPTV. That's CashApp $SHEEPSTAYSLEEPTV, one word. Or you can hit the super chat button where you can leave your questions and your comments and I will post them. Or other ways of donations to the channel. The links will be in the chat room. If you need to donate any other way, the links will be in the chat room. Make sure you support the stream. Make sure you support the stream, man. I appreciate it. Shout out to the masculine mercenaries, man. Shout out to all my masculine mercenaries. Shout out to all my madam mercenaries, man. Salute to everybody who supports Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Like I said, make sure you like this video and make sure you share the video. Y'all see the title for tonight's show. Tonight's show is the beginning of a new series I decided to start right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. As y'all know, I do like to do series. If y'all follow this platform, y'all know that I like to do series. So today, I will be starting my new series. Also, don't forget about my other series because at any time I can expound on those series. So don't think that those series are not still ongoing. But today we're going to start a new series that I call Spiritual Detox. The Spiritual Detox series. And this episode is tied into the last video I premiered an hour ago where I was speaking on stepfathers. And I was speaking on how a lot of the men in this space speak down on stepfathers or the men who have decided to pick up the slack in the name of making sure that the next generation is going to be something. In the name of basically ensuring that the Black community stays a community. But as we can see, we are no longer a community. So a lot of guys, when I hear them speak on the whole stepdad issue, the whole step parent issue in itself, I think a lot of guys, like I said in the video, lose track of reality. Because step parents, guardians that step in and take care of children, is not a new thing. This has been going on forever. And you had men and women to step in because it was a thing to do. Because, like we say, it takes a village to raise a child. But we understand that the village has been broken, the family structure has been broken. But you still gonna have men and women out there with the mindset, with the communal mindset. That's not gonna ever change. So you're gonna always have men and women that's willing to step up and play the stepdad role, play the stepmom role. But a lot of the guys in this space resent the stepdad. It's resentment. This is why a lot of these men can't accept that shit because they can't accept the fact that their family has been broken. And that creates a lot of resentment. I understand that. See, this is not a stream to bash brothers. I never come up here to bash brothers. I may come up here and I speak to brothers in a harsh way, but that's because that's what brothers understand. But I never come up here to intentionally bash brothers. But I want to speak to brothers and I want to speak to what I hear coming from them. And I hear a lot of resentment in a lot of brothers. And like I said, I know this all too well because I am the product of a woman breaking up the family. I'm a product of that. So I really understand this live and direct more than a lot of guys on here who portray that they understand this stuff. See, I understand the resentment because, like I said, I was the little boy who family was taken away at the behest of my mom. So I know the resentment feeling. But at some point or another, brothers gotta release this shit because resentment will eat you up. It will eat you alive, man. It will eat you alive. Resentment is something that will literally destroy you from the inside out. And a lot of us men, man, we resent women for destroying our families, breaking up what we tried to build. I'm telling you, I know that. But like I said, this is something that us brothers got to free ourselves from in order to progress and to really move on and to not allow those things to hinder us in other parts of our life. A lot of brothers allowed us to destroy them. And this is what you hear coming from these guys. You hear resentment. Guys that just don't want to face the fact that the shit just didn't work out. It just did not work out. And some things in life will not work out. Some things are not gonna go your way. Even if you got the master plan, some women are just gonna abort ship. They're gonna just abandon it. It's a messed up thing, but it's something that we have to accept. And the same thing with women. It goes the same thing for women. Ladies, you gotta get over your baby father leaving you and making you a single mother. You gotta get over that shit. That may sound very cold and very harsh, but that's the nature of the truth. Because you'll never be able to fully ever be present with another man if you are still stuck in the world of your baby father. If you still caught up in the shit he done and the shit that he may be doing to another woman, you hold resentment against that man. That's why you took him down to child support, didn't you? You didn't take him down to child support because he wasn't taking care of his child. You took him to child support because he got a new woman. You took him to child support because his life got better since he left your ass. His life didn't get worse. His life got better. And you resent him for that. You resent him for leaving you with the children and you having to struggle. And you watching this nigga on Instagram ball out of control like he don't even have children. And you can't go out and shake your tail feather because you stuck with the kids. So every chance you get, you gonna do some bullshit so he don't enjoy himself. He's not gonna enjoy his life. You want him to feel the way you feel. See? And that's the truth, ladies, and y'all know that. You don't you don't play hocus pocus with his children because he come around every once in a while. No, you do that shit because you hold resentment. You do that shit because you know he got another girl. His girl make more money than you. His girl probably look better than you. And if she don't look better than you, she drive a better car than you. And you're mad. But this is the type of shit that people carry into other relationships when dealing with people. And then people wonder why they never know what it feel to be happy. This is a direct result of resentment. That's what it is. You don't the reason why you saying you don't want another dude around your child is because another dude is fucking your baby mama. Because if it really has something to do with your children, how you would make sure that your children is okay is you will be checking on dude. You'll be talking to him. But you resent her so much, you ain't even worrying about him. You just bombing on her, telling her you need to get the nigga out the crib. Because you don't want the nigga around your kids. When if you had a problem with the nigga around your kids, why you ain't just tell him? Why you telling her? It's the resentment. That's what it is. Dude probably a solid dude. He probably a decent individual. But you'll never know that. Cause you ain't even go holler at homie. But you resent your baby mama so much. That's the problem. You hold resentment against your baby mama. You hold so much resentment against her that you don't even know what kind of nigga the nigga is. You hold so much resentment against your baby moms that you forget that you're your children's parent also. So guess what your job is always gonna be, even if you fucking with your baby mama or not. Your job is to always protect and provide for your children. So even if another nigga is around, if you peep dude on some funny shit, you shouldn't have so much resentment against your baby mama that you can't sit down and tell her that so she could get this nigga out her house. But instead, you niggas will look past the shit, wait till some crazy shit happen so you could blame everything on her. But at the end of the day, your child is still hurt. Your child is still in danger. You see? And this is what resentment does. And in the end, the children are fucked up. In the end, the cycle continues. You see? This is why you need to release the resentment, because your children are going to be reflections of you. They're going to have traits of you. You don't want your children growing up and holding that type of energy within them, because then what type of life they are going to have? If your children know you resent their mother, are you thinking about how they see their mom? See, as men, you have to think about that too. And as women, women got to think about that too. This is why it's not good for you to sit around and bash your children's father in front of them or ever around them. They should never hear you bashing their father because their father not around. Because what that does is that fucks with their self-image, especially for young men. It fucks with their image and how they see themselves and their confidence and their attitude. And when a mother sits there and bashes the little girl's father, that puts in the little girl's mind that she don't have to respect men. And then this little girl grows up with the same attitude as her mother and becomes a little fucking gynocrat, becomes a little Asian doll. She becomes this by default because of her mother and her mother's resentment against her father. So she raised her daughter to grow up and be a piece of shit to pay her father back. To say, look at how your daughter grew up because you wasn't here. When the mother is the one who made her that way. All of this out of resentment because the relationship didn't work. Because y'all wasn't built to last the long haul. What does this do for you? Harnessing resentment. This is what we hear going on both sides, from black women and black men. We hear resentment. You wasn't supposed to do this to me. You wasn't supposed to do that to me. This is resentment. That's what this is. It's resentment. You don't want to let go of the fact that some shit just happened the way it happened. See, the older and older I get, I'm learning to accept things and chalk it up to being life. It's life. Some people may not want to hear that, and they may not want to accept it, but that's what it is. It's reality. You you are not born and was able to see your life play itself out all the way to the end to know who you're gonna be with, or if you're gonna be with anyone. You're living your life. So so shit that happens, you have to accept it. And being resentful is you not wanting to accept what happened. So you always want to hold this negative energy toward the person who fucked up the situation, or who just was a part of a fucked up situation with you. You don't want to just say, damn, man, life is crazy. This is some other shit I'ma have to get over. That's hard for a lot of people. That's hard for a lot of people. But that is something that must be done. That is something that must be done. Resentment is what we've been seeing play out in our youth. Over and over again, generation after generation. It's all been resentment. This is why you get the phrase, it is what it is. That comes from you just accepting shit for what it is, for what happened. And you chalk it up to that and you keep it moving. But the issue is with our people is we don't let that shit go. We think because we saw this happening for this situation with this person or with these people that it was supposed to go that way. And being that it didn't go that way, now you got a problem with that person, or you should have a problem with that person when you shouldn't. You shouldn't. Shit happens. And that's just what it is. Some of your friends, you you aren't meant to be friends with them forever. Some of them you were. You are meant to be with them and be friends with them forever. Some of them, they not meant to last. That's a hard pill to swallow, especially if you grew up with these people. But that's life. That's something you have to accept and keep going. You can't you can't hold resentment because y'all relationship came to an end for whatever reason. And see, the real reason why you really don't want to hold resentment either, because when you think about it, the person that you holding resentment for may not even care that much as you. You may give a fuck too much. And sometimes with some people, you got to give a fuck less about losing them out of your life because some of them really don't give a fuck when it boils down to it. You think some of these women that decided to break y'all brother's heart really gave a fuck and really thought twice about it before they done it? No. So why the fuck are you still holding on to the resentment at the fact that she decided to make a decision with her pussy? Why are you still holding that shit? Why? She don't care. She done gave her pussy up about 50 more times since she cheated on you, nigga. You still holding that shit? See, resentment is something that causes misery. Let me repeat that. Resentment is something that creates misery in a person's life. This is why you hear a lot of miserable ass people here on YouTube. And this is why they have to create drama and create dramatic narratives because they're miserable. They're miserable. They're miserable. And it's sad. And it all comes from resentment. Them not letting shit go, chalking it up to life and keeping it pushing. And focused on and move on to the next experience with whoever else. That may sound that may sound easy and it might sound hard for some people. But either way, it's something you're gonna have to do. Remember, I told y'all living is a choice. Death is a guarantee. Living is a choice. And the quality of your life is a choice too. Because you're gonna have to work for that to have a certain quality of life. But it all starts from within. See, because the quality of your life isn't just based on the car you drive and the kind of pad you stay in. The quality of your life is the people you invite into your house, the people that's around you, the people you do business with, the people you sit up on the phone and talk to. See, all of that is speaks to the quality of your life too. The type of conversations that you have with people, even the type of bullshit conversations you have with people. But if you listen to most of the conversations on these panels, it's all based in resentment. Why, as black men, we're never gonna get this from black women? Why this? Why that? It's just dudes constantly finding excuses to keep holding on their resentment for what happened in their life. It's not cool to let that, brothers, we gotta stop letting that shit hold us back, man. See, you cannot lead properly and you standing on resentment. You have a bunch of resentment resting inside of you. You can't lead that woman nowhere. You're gonna always be confrontational. Y'all gonna always get into arguments. Y'all gonna always have silly disagreements. You're gonna always be hostile with her. I know. I used to be like that. See? I used to be that kind of dude. And it was because of what was inside of me. And I know what it was. It was resentment. Me, me constantly trying to figure out in my mind, why the fuck would she do me like that? Do she know who the fuck I am? She ain't supposed to do me like that. This is what this is. And then when you get to the stage in your mind of, damn, well, what's wrong with me? Most dudes don't want to, they don't want to go down that mental path. They don't want to start thinking, well, damn, what did I do? You know, they don't they don't want to go down that mental path because now it's like, damn, most dudes are scared to look at themselves. They're scared to look at themselves. So what they do is they always find a way to say it's nothing wrong with me. I didn't do anything wrong. She just decided to do me dirty. Which, and sometimes that's true. I'm not gonna sit here and deny that. That's true. You think niggas don't get pumped and dumped? That happens with men too. Chicks smash dudes and leave too. See, but a lot of dudes think that, oh, women can't do that because, when a woman want to lay up, she got to have some emotional attachment. Yeah, her emotional attachment is to his dick. That's what her emotional attachment is to. So you hold resentment because you didn't understand her nature. You didn't understand that she could just smash and dash a dude just like you could smash and dash her and not think about it and keep it pushing. Chicks use dudes to get a nut too. A lot of dudes can't accept that. And a lot of dudes, when they realize they was victims of that, they hold resentment against women. Because we weren't taught how women really are. So you know how we learn? We learn through trial and error. We pay consequences. We get our goddamn heart broke, fellas. This is how we learn. You got to pay the cost to be the boss. You got to earn your stripes. You got to go through some shit in order to know some shit. You got to know some shit and then know it again. That's how you get wisdom. You got to do the knowledge and then do the knowledge again. 1 + 1 is 2. See? And sometimes the knowledge hit us when we suffer a consequence. You suffer a consequence, now you like, oh, okay. I thought women was da da da. Nah, women ain't like that. And when you come to terms with this, you stop holding resentment. You stop holding resentment. When you come to terms with these things, for one, you stop holding women in high regard. See, you dudes hold women in high regard. This is the problem. You put women over yourself. So your expectations for women is already high. Your expectations for her is too goddamn high. For one, you expect more from her than she expects from herself. But this is something we learn when we do what? When we miscalculate, when we fall victim. And then we realize, damn, I was putting Shorty on a pedestal. She not even worth that shit. She don't even really care about herself. You're not gonna just know that. Even see, let me let y'all brothers know something. This is what I always tell the young brothers on here. No matter how much of these, no matter how much you listen to us, you still gonna have to get out there and get in the game. See, no matter how much you could come here and listen to the game, support, and do all of that, you still gonna have to get out there and play. See, a basketball player could sit there and tell you how to do a layup, but you'll never know if you don't try it. So even though I'm sitting here explaining certain things to you, you still gonna have to go out and do it in order to see, like, oh yeah. Or you go out there and be like, oh nah, I disagree with DS1 on that. That didn't work for me. That probably worked for him. That ain't work for me. But see, a lot of you dudes are not doing this. This is why y'all still holding resentment. Y'all just getting up here listening for feel good information. Y'all go to the platforms where y'all know y'all gonna hear some shit that's gonna tickle your ears. That's gonna speak to your anger and your resentment. And this is why I decided to come up with this series. Because we need a spiritual detox. We have to get rid of resentment. We have to stop resenting things and resenting people. Life is too short. Look at since this COVID shit, man, how many people done died. Life is too short, man. And the more and more you lose people in your life, you understand that. And holding resentment against people would be the wrong thing for you to do, because when they dead and gone, you can't tell them you forgive them. You can't tell them you were sorry for not calling them for months because you was mad at them. Because now you can't call them. See? You can't call her now. See, you niggas that get up here and talk shit all day, but what if your baby mama died, nigga? Huh? What if your baby mama died? That shit'll hurt you. I don't care what you say, nigga. That shit'll hurt 90% of you niggas, man. No matter how much you hate your baby mama. Because you know why it's gonna hurt you? Because you know how much it's gonna hurt your child. See, I don't want you niggas to get up here and lose reality, man. Stop getting up here and letting this shit take y'all out of reality. And you put yourself in a box and you submerge yourself. We gotta be free from this shit, brothers. We gotta let this shit out and be free, man. That's how we gonna live longer. We sit here and say black men die from stress. We black men in America, you think we not gonna deal with stress? But we gotta find a way to release it. We have to. We can't keep making excuses for not being able to. Because you hold resentment against people because you mad at yourself for miscalculating the situation. That's all it is. If you stop being mad at yourself and just chalk it up to, damn, that's just what happened. That was messed up. I didn't want it to go that way, but it went that way. If you let it go and let it be at that, but it's too much. It's too much of us holding on to it. This is why the women get up on the panels with the dudes and attack them. Soon as they say one trigger word, because they already got resentment in them. She already resent her baby father. She already resent her father. She already resent her uncles and big brothers. Why you think the gender war won't cease? Because no one wants to cease fire. Because it's a war still going on within. The war's still going on within. So the women not going to cease fire, and neither the men. It's resentment, y'all. It's resentment, man. It's resentment. So I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Shout out to everybody. Make sure you like the stream. Make sure you like the stream. Make sure you share the stream. Make sure you like the stream. Make sure you share the stream. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I drop some new content. You appreciated the show. Donate, Cash App, $SHEEPSTAYSLEEPTV is where you can go. I appreciate all the love and the support. I will be back with episode 2, so y'all stay tuned, of the Spiritual Detox series. I'm your host, DS1 Ross of Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to the masculine mercenaries. One love to all the madam mercenaries. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.